Welcome into Northern Life on this Friday. It's finally Friday. I don't know what it is about this week, but it just kind of crawled by. I'm not sure if you guys had the same experience.
Oh, it's the worst.
Tuesday kind of felt like Monday. Thursday felt like Friday. So now that it's Friday, happy Friday.
Yeah.
Happy Friday to everybody out
Easter
there.
weekend.
Yeah, let's go. Some folks maybe have an extended weekend. I think some folks
Maybe.
have Monday off.
Whoa.
So, yeah, there we
Lucky
go.
folks
Get
out
after
there.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you talking Adam Lorch?
Adam Lorch, I'm only speaking about Adam Lorch, filling in for him on the evening
folks.
shift on Monday, so have fun out there, Adam.
Couple folks got the day off.
Well, Ryan was hard at work up in Ely the other day. How was everything at the International Wolf Center you were at?
It was a lot of fun. That's why we had a rerun yesterday, in case you were joining us then. Yeah, I got to stop by the International Wolf Center. It was kind of fun because our creative office upstairs does commercials for our clients. And so I got to go with our director, Shania, and our wonderful photographer and editor, Keith, who are doing a commercial up there. And we said, well, why not do a Northern Life story up there, too? Because I've never actually been to the International Wolf Center.
Same.
I know you haven't either?
No.
Oh, I know. Hunter's gone, he says, for his school trips in the past.
Third or fourth grade, something. The whole Two Harbors class went up there. It was awesome.
But, man, those are some big dogs.
Yes.
Yep.
So you've seen my dog, Harry. How did they compare?
Harry's pretty similar in size, but the
Okay.
size of their paws on those wolves is pretty incredible. And then also they have one of the wolves in their exhibits is a wolf from Alaska, and the Alaskan wolves are huge.
Even bigger?
Even bigger than the wolves we see here in the States.
Timberwolves, is that what we have up here? I think maybe something like that.
Yeah, it's a type of wolf.
What's
yeah.
the
Gray wolf?
Minnesota
Gray wolf,
Timberwolves?
perhaps?
Gray wolf?
Yeah, Gray wolf,
Yeah.
Minnesota Timberwolves. Just off the top of your head, what's
Sure.
the coolest thing that you learned from going up there?
Oh man, I actually got to do one of the coolest things that they have there is they have this beautiful auditorium space where you look out and see the wolves, but they have a howling room. So it'll be on the future story. I enter the howling room and try to show off the dog in me. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. Big thanks to them. Hey, from big dogs to a big cat to our south, a rare cougar in the Minneapolis area that made a 500-plus mile trek from Nebraska is now being preserved for our future generations. So back in 2023, a cougar was caught on camera prowling Minneapolis's Lowry Hill neighborhood. Sadly, it was killed and hit by a car, but it took Grand Rapids, Minnesota taxidermist Meadow Kaufeld 50 to 60 hours to complete that work, and the cougar will soon be permanently displayed at the Carl Croning Nature Center down in Minneapolis.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder whose idea was to want to
Preserve it.
Yeah, this cougar. It's kind of cool. I think they were talking about it being like an educational tool a little bit for kids who might live in the metro and might not see a cougar. Not that we do that up here that much,
Sure,
of course,
sure.
but very interesting idea.
There was a taxidermized lot of wolves at the Ely
I
Center,
bet
and they
there were.
look so real when you're up close to them. You go, this thing's gonna move
Yeah.
when I'm standing next to
It'd be
it.
interesting to talk to a taxidermist because it's hard to make it look like a real
can't
thing.
even imagine.
Especially with like fish. Like fish are really hard to make it look like the actual thing. So that looked really cool.
Very
good
impressive.
job.
Is it always like the styrofoam inside? I did not know
I don't
that.
know
Or
for
I don't know
sure.
if it's styrofoam, but it looked like that. I had no idea.
Or building the sculpture to put the pelt around
Yes,
it.
yes. I have no idea. That'd be a very interesting conversation to have.
Yeah.
For sure.
We have
So
a lot to learn.
Our director Shania says, if you're a taxidermist out there, or Meadow if you're watching even, give us a ring. We'd love to learn the process with you.
Coming up on today's show, a whole lot of fun. I'm going to be sitting down with Anthony Gore, the founder of the Soul Supper Club. There's a delicious spring pop-up event happening this weekend at the Duluth Coffee Kitchen, and we're going to hear more about what's on his delicious menu. It's such a fun conversation, so can't wait to share that with you guys, and we're going to try some of his food, too. It was just so good. And with Easter coming up on Sunday, we have to keep talking about the Peeps. The controversial Peeps. New data from e-commerce accelerator company Pattern has found Peeps now rank third in online demand. They've been overtaken by both Jelly Beans and the Cadbury Mini Eggs. All right. Peeps held the crown as the most sought-after Easter sweet until 2022. Not too far behind on the list, we have Chocolate Bunnies, Starburst Jelly Beans, and Sour Patch Kids, when Jelly Beans took over despite launching new flavors. So, I don't know. I don't love Peeps. I don't know about you guys.
All three of those on the top list. I hate all three of them.
Yeah.
I'm a chocolate guy, so the chocolate bunny is the
Sure.
favorite thing of all time, or the robin's eggs, like I said in
yeah.
the earlier episode.
Where are
Those
the
are best.
Reese's peanut butter eggs?
Yes!
Those things are insanely good.
Is that good?
Do they make them
sounds
as
good.
eggs? I know they
do.
make them as pumpkins.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
Reese's expert over here. They make them in all sorts of shapes. The egg might be the best
Also,
one.
should we talk about the whole Reese's Pieces? The folks that say Reese's
Oh,
Pieces.
yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I do. I think I
no,
said, I said
please.
Reese's
Reese's
Yeah.
Pieces?
Reese's Pieces. Yep, that's what I've always said.
Pieces guy.
At McDonald's used to have a Reese's Pieces Blizzard, and I would like annoy the person I'd be ordering, and they'd be like, "No, it's Reese's Pieces," and I'm like, "No, it's
They would
Reese's."
correct you?
They'd correct me. I'm like, "Hey, I'm the consumer. Let me have my McFlurry."
Customer's always right.
Yeah, and it gets-
They shouldn't be able to let you order it.
no, exactly. It should have locked me up, honestly.
Oh, talk about McFlurries. Huge news for McDonald's. Hunter out of prison. He's
We love
fine. Yeah. But McDonald's teasing the return of my favorite item. The fast food chain previously confirmed the snack wrap would be making a comeback this year, and then this week they said it's coming out on the 14th. However,
What does OX mean?
they didn't give a month.
Oh.
Yeah. So we have to figure it out ourselves, I suppose. Like they said, did not say which month, but they first introduced that snack wrap way back in 2006. And I know some places discontinued it in 2016, but some locations even offered it till 2020. And for the folks north of the border in Canada, they still had the snack wrap.
Man.
You made a special trip up there, just
And
During the snack.
maybe not just for the snack.
50% to hang out at the border, and then 50% just for the snack wrap. Oh, well, maybe 2% Tim Hortons too.
Oh, sure.
Tim
love
Hortons
Tim
is
Hortons.
great.
Yeah.
I hope that this better be a May unveiling at this point, because I
Yeah.
think if you get people too excited too far in advance, then we might get a little upset.
Yes, unruly.
Yeah.
Ryan over here especially.
Banging down the doors. Where's my snack?
Says the guy who should have been locked up after crusting a Reese's Pieces McFlurry.
I just get the regular ice cream when I go to McDonald's.
Good idea.
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't
Good
get
idea.
McFlurry,
Well, hey, coming up after the break, Briggs has a great sit-down interview with Anthony Gore talking about a pop-up event that's coming up on Saturday. You're going to stick around here on Northern Light.
Welcome back, everybody. Most of life's best moments revolve around good food and even better company, right? Well, local chef Anthony Gore, the man behind Soul Supper Club, knows that well, and he's here with us in studio today. So thank you so much for being here with us,
Thank you so much
Anthony.
for having me.
Yeah, it sounds like you have an awesome event coming up this weekend. We're going to talk a lot about that coming up in just a few minutes here. But first, I want to hear about your company, Soul Supper Club,
Yeah.
and what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. Being a cook, being in this industry and sharing amazing meals with people has been a dream of mine since I was a kid. My parents were immigrants, and we spent a lot of time in our community at these mom and pop restaurants, and they're some of my best memories, just laughing and enjoying food with my family. And my whole life, I just wanted to be in that space. It always made me really happy. But my parents, being immigrants, they never wanted me to work in a restaurant. They kind of came here so that I wouldn't have to do that. So you can imagine when I told my parents that I wanted to start this business and start taking it really seriously, they were cautious, to say the least. But they encouraged me to follow my passions and to do what I wanted to do, because that's really the gift of what it meant for us to be here in this beautiful country. Yeah. So in college, I started cooking as a line cook at a local ramen shop, this quick service ramen shop. And I really fell in love with the industry. You know, I had these pipe dreams of being a cook, with especially seeing a lot of stuff on the internet and YouTube with big chefs, Matty Matheson, Gordon Ramsay. I watched a lot
Lots
of
of
him.
reality TV involving chefs.
Exactly.
Yep.
And all this personality, and they made it look so fun. So I had this like pipe dream. That's what I wanted to do. And I quickly learned that, you know, the industry looks very different from that in the real nitty gritty. And as I got to spend more time in it, I realized there was a really special, beautiful opportunity that I had to share this with my loved ones, my friends and family. And so that's what I did. I was cooking for anybody and everyone who would let me, in college dorms, in the first house I lived in.
I'm sure you were a popular guy in the dorms, cooking all that food. That's
well,
cool.
and I feel bad for all those people who tried my early food, because I'll tell you, it wasn't great. It took a long time for me to kind of even build some kind of respectable
Well,
prowess
and
in
here
the
you are
industry.
now. So what kind of services do you offer now through Soul Supper Club?
Yeah, we do, and we want to focus in this space of, for lack of a better way to put it, fine dining pop-ups. You know,
Okay.
we want to cater these really complete, whole, artful, and aesthetically appealing, and most importantly, delicious experiences for people. But at the same time, we don't want that to be this super inaccessible thing. We want people to come in and feel like no expenses were we're spared, right? We want to bring everything we can to you, and we don't want you to worry about, you know, how big your bill is going to be at the end. So we employ flat prices, and we just want everyone to come in and really just eat your hearts out.
That sounds right up my alley. Yeah. I like that. So tell us about where you get some of the inspiration for your meals from.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that looking at you know, the kinds of foods and cultures that I got to grow up around, the heart and soul of the food is always what matters most. And to me, it's really like the little things. You know, shelling pistachios, like I'll show in one of those dishes that we did. You know, washing rice 10 times until the water is clear. Those little things take a lot of time, and they're kind of thankless things, but they make so much difference. And the food that I was privileged to grow up eating always had that essence about it. So we want to bring that kind of really heartfelt, full, soulful food to tables, but also bring it into like the modern era and kind of show some artistry on a plate. A lot of colors, a lot of fun gastronomy, cool things that I really like and I like to employ in the kitchen, and kind of show that off to everybody and kind of show everyone that, you know, dining can be more than just a plate sometimes.
Yeah, and you guys offer some private dining experiences too, right, at people's homes?
Yes.
Awesome.
That's kind of how we got our start. And was always a great opportunity for me to kind of continue working on my craft and doing the thing that I love, which is eating and dinner parties and everyone having an amazing time drinking, eating. Those are the best nights. I always remember them. And even as a cook, I have to say, sometimes you don't always even remember the food, but I really believe you'll always remember the experience. And if you have an amazing time with your friends one night, it's like there's nothing better than that.
So true. And you have an awesome experience coming up this weekend. And like I said, we're going to talk more about that in just a minute here. But if you had one piece of advice for someone who's looking to elevate their dishes at home, what would it be?
I think it starts at the most basic thing, which is seasoning.
Okay.
You gotta season your food, and that comes with a lot of stuff. It's like kind of a philosophical thing. In order to season it properly, you have to taste it. So that's kind of the building block. Make food that you like. Make food that you yourself enjoy and that your friends enjoy. You don't always have to be doing these really over-the-top dishes. Sometimes I'll spend 10 hours on a dish and it won't even pay off that way.
Sounds like me. Yeah. But I spend far less time and it just still doesn't pay off.
Yeah, exactly.
That is wonderful. We're going to talk about how you can try some of Antony's food coming up at an awesome event this weekend right after the break. So stay with us. We'll see you back here in just a minute. Welcome back, everybody. Obviously, I couldn't be the only one to get to try Antony's amazing food, so we invited Hunter here.
Hey, anytime there's food, I'm in. You just call me, I'm on my way.
So Antony's done an incredible job of plating some of the food that we're going to be seeing at his spring pop-up event on Saturday here. So tell us, what is the spring pop-up event you have planned?
Yeah, so it's going to be at Duluth Coffee Kitchen after hours. We have 5:30, 6:30, and 7:30 p.m. seatings. And it's going to be 7 courses. Each course comes with a cocktail pairing that we have meticulously crafted with all of the flavors. And a big shout out to the folks over at Vikra who are in effect sponsoring those drinks and provided us some bottles. So we're showcasing a lot of their spirits, their really lovely botanical spirits in our cocktails.
I love it. Like, what a fun thing to welcome in spring. And
Yeah.
I was watching you plate these earlier, and I just got such good spring vibes from the beautiful colors on this plate. Tell us, which dish should we start with here? Which one do we want to start?
Yeah, so this is going to be our first course, so we'll start with the gazpacho here,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
I'll serve you guys.
Hunter, have you ever had
serve you guys
gazpacho?
I've never had gazpacho. What exactly is in a gazpacho?
Gazpacho is a cold soup typically made with tomatoes and bread. Here we have tomatoes, red bell peppers, cucumbers, and it is fortified with a little bit of dashi to kind of up the umami.
Wow.
So that's
Here you go, my
for you.
friend.
Thank you very much,
You're
Grace.
welcome. And I think we have some
some forks, so maybe you
Perfect.
could.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, we'll do it.
Is it?
Yeah,
do we
yeah.
cheers? Is that
I
how
think
this
so.
works?
Yeah, wait for me, please.
Cheers
Wait for me.
with the
Yeah.
soup. That's beautiful.
So why did you want to have a gazpacho?
Gazpacho
is
is-
this the first dish we'll start with?
Yes,
Okay.
and it's a really elegant celebration of spring, in my opinion, right? Because you're taking these really fresh ingredients and you're not cooking them. You're just bringing them to the plate. You're not messing with them too much, because that's really the beauty. That's why I love spring food, is because the ingredients speak for themselves. You don't have to do too much. And for me, the philosophy that I adhere to is, as a cook, to kind of respect and honor the ingredients.
That is bursting with flavor.
I know.
It's
Is
got
it
a-
respectful for me to just slurp this
Yeah,
down
you
as you
should.
continue talking?
For
during
me
this
as a
interview?
cook,
Oh my
that
God.
is the most respectful thing that you
Okay,
can do.
good, because this is
Fantastic.
really, really good. I don't think I've ever had gazpacho before, but it's on my radar now for sure. Delicious. And what do we have here on this beautiful plate?
And this is going to be our third course. What we have here at the base is a pistachio puree, and then we also have pickled cucumbers and red onions, as well as supreme grapefruit, prosciutto, dusted with Parmesan over the top, and fennel fans.
Oh, it sounds so good. I know, Hunter, you want to be the first to
Yeah,
give her a
please.
go?
Yeah, do I
Yeah,
just
you should just
take a fork
Perfect.
and
Yeah, dig
Yeah.
right
dig
in.
right in? I am so excited. Look at this.
And where did your inspiration come for this particular meal? Because this is just beautiful.
Yeah, I actually saw this concept at this restaurant in Thunder Bay.
Okay.
And it was a part of their spring menu as well.
Okay.
And I just adapted it. I just had to adapt it for this because it was really just simple, delicious. And yeah, I think that it's really colorful and it's really fun, and it's kind of a great way to kind of lead you into the rest of the courses that we have prepared,
Oh.
to kind of show a little bit of elevation of what we're trying to do.
It is so good. The pistachio puree, best. Oh, that is
Yes.
so good. Thank you, Antony, so much for being here and for telling us all about your event coming
Yeah.
up. We're going to have all the details about Antony's Spring Pop-Up and Soul Supper Club on our website, northernnewsnow.com. We'll also have a link to get a reservation.
Big thanks again to Antony for stopping by. You want to get your tickets and reservations for that event. Those plates and that bowl are now in Ben Reed's office. So
Yes.
he's enjoying them.
He's a lucky duck.
Having a
Yeah,
bun.
I'm not enjoying Hunter's defense of this whole Reese's Pieces thing because it's Reese
Yeah.
apostrophe S.
Yeah, so Reese's makes sense. 100%.
Pieces.
I fully agree with you.
Yeah.
I just was brought up on Reese's.
And then you brought in Snively Road.
I know.
I drove with Snively. Back when I was assignment editor, I said Snively. And
Yeah,
people
that's how you say it.
People made fun of me. I thought it was whoever the people were at the time that were in the newsroom.
People were
People
Moved
at the
on to
time.
bigger things. But
All the
yeah,
folks taking Monday off.
Adam Lortz was the only one that made fun of me. No, but it is Snively.
I grew up right
Yeah.
off Gene Duluth. It's
Yes.
got to be Snively. I've
Okay.
always said Snively.
Okay,
I don't know.
I guess I'm right.
think you're right, yeah.
I'll keep going with that.
Yeah.
I like
Reese's
that.
Pieces.
Yes,
Yeah.
instinct.
You're wrong there. Yeah.
Reese's Pieces, I'll agree with that. When we see you again on Monday, Ryan and I are sitting down with Dave Hoops of Hoops Brewing. That's because he is celebrating 25 years of brewing down here in the Twin Ports. We'll talk all about how the beer landscape has changed over all these years and what's ahead for the future of brewing. Also, a big celebration happening next week. It's going to be a lot of fun.
A great member of our Twin Ports community.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for joining us this week. We love you.
Yeah, we'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.